Hello, this is DJ Xavier13, and this is episode 2 of my 7 Days to Die series for Alpha 17 Experimental Build 208. Right now, I am currently waiting out the night, so I'm going to probably cut here because there's not much going on. If something does happen, I'll just restart the video and assume that and cut it back in. But for now, I'm just probably going to fast forward until morning, until 4 a.m. because right now it's 11:30 and nothing is happening. So I can't really do anything since I'm stuck here at the top of a ledge with a kind of a makeshift wall to protect myself. So here we go. Okay, so zombie time is almost over. It is now 15 minutes until 4 a.m. 12, 11, 10. Yeah, it's getting down there. So again, I've just been sitting here. This hasn't been terribly exciting, but thankfully nothing has been happening while I've been hiding behind this makeshift wall that is barely a cover. But as soon as 4 a.m. hits, it should be safe to go out and finish that quest to the trader, which is now nearby. There we go. Alright, here we go. So I'll pause just a second. Okay, so one thing that I'd forgotten to do was to lower the volume for the game and for Spotify, which I'm doing the soundtrack from, if you can hear the music. One thing, I mean, the in-game music's pretty cool and all, but since I've put 1,400 hours into this game, I'm kind of tired of it, so I like to play the game with external music. So I'm playing a dark ambient playlist that's on Spotify as background here, so if you can hear that, that's what that is. So right now, I don't see any zombies about, so this was actually a pretty cool spot for a makeshift camp. It wasn't, again, what I'd really normally do on a day one camp, but considering that there wasn't enough time to actually get anything better set up, that worked. I didn't really do anything but build walls, so it's not going to be a permanent camp. Now, I was going the wrong way. So I'm going to head towards the trader and fill that quest. This actually is a pretty good spot to set up a camp in because it's really near a town. I was hoping for that. And the one thing, again, I want to mention is that when you do create your base, you do want it near a town, but not in a town. And the reason for that, not so much, yes, I did mention that the hordes can damage your stuff. The hordes can come in and damage your base and everything, but also the nearby... They can also damage the nearby points of interest in the town. They can tear down the walls, they can destroy the containers that you haven't looted yet. So altogether, it's just a pretty bad thing all around. Okay. I'm going to test something. Hear this. Hear me over this in-game zombie screams and stuff. I may have to turn the volume down more. So I'm going to stop for a second and check that with the video. Okay, so I lowered the in-game volume to 80% because it was a little bit too loud still, and you couldn't really hear me over the zombies. I'll just make it a point that, when I'm attacking, I'm probably not going to be talking, just so you can hear me better. I know that was a problem in the last video, so it's something I'm trying to pay better attention of. And I had to do the same thing when I was doing the Minecraft videos because it's kind of hard to tell while you're playing, but the in-game volume can sometimes be louder than my microphone. Alright. So, now that it's morning and I don't have to rush, I am definitely going to kill every zombie that I see. And the primary way to increase your experience in Alpha 17 is through killing zombies. The devs have been talking... Hold on. the devs have been talking about lowering the XP you get from zombies, which, well, that just means more grinding, but for now, that is the main way that you're going to level up, and leveling up is key right now until at least level 30, because at level 30, that's when you get a lot of the cool stuff. Level 20 is where you get the forge, but level 30 is where you get a lot of other workbenches and stuff, so yeah, I need to focus on that. Wow, my club is almost gone, so just take a second to repair. Okay, so since I see that deer, I'm going to kill that deer, because I'm going to need food soon, and yeah, good shot. Okay. Oh, and I don't have any, here, is there... Let's see. The one thing they added, they changed in Alpha 17 is that you don't get, zombies don't, have open containers when you kill them, and that was the prime way to get shivs from bones, and now I don't have that at all, so I'm going to just, there. This is not the way you want to do it. Okay, so what I want to do is get a bone, turn that into a weapon by making it to a bone shiv, and then take that bone shiv and use that to skin the animal, which you'll get a lot more resources for than just the stone axe. Definitely want to do that right away. Unfortunately, there's no other way to get that except for finding those carcasses that you might occasionally find on the road, but I don't see any around, so that's why I had to do that. I forgot to do that yesterday. Alright, so since I am now carrying meat, one thing I do want to explain is that the heat map should still be considered. The heat map basically is an invisible thing, something that we used to be able to see in like an earlier version of the alpha, which was awesome when they first implemented that, because if you pulled up the map, you would see giant red or orange areas where zombies would be attracted to. You can't see that now, but you just have to keep that in mind, that if you're carrying around meat is a smell that zombies are attracted to, and they will find you if you're carrying it. So, yeah, so since I'm now carrying raw meat, I'm going to have to be very careful about that and not... try to... during the day it's not so big of a deal if you can run away from them. But, at night, you definitely don't want to have raw meat on you, because that will draw every single zombie around to you, and they will run, and they will destroy everything to get to you. Okay, where am I going? Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I got completely turned around. Okay, ooh, a bag. Yay, attention deficit disorder. Oh, did I scrap it? No? Oh, I wore it. Yeah. Okay, so I got a sweatshirt on, which is better than that, fiber thing I was wearing. Yeah, I don't need that anymore. Let's just scrap that. Okay. So, that'll be really good for cold conditions. Not so much for hot, but that's good insulation. Again, thankfully with Alpha 17, it's not a detriment to wear a sweatshirt in the desert, but it's not going to be as good as wearing something else. I've noticed that I'm more often running into situations of overheating rather than being cold. So it's something to keep in mind. There are better shirts. Wow, they're loud. There are definitely better shirts that I'll find. The BDU shirt so far has been the best shirt that I found, because it gives an even distribution for heat and cold resistance. So when I find that, I'll definitely put it on. I'll find it eventually. I'm not in a hurry. But for now, let's get to that trader. There it is. And as soon as I get that part done, I'll start looking for tonight's house. Goodbye. Very loud zombie. Okay. Yeah. think, is that water over there? I don't know. I'm going to have to look around closely for a good spot for a first base. Not gonna lie. This first base I build will probably, you know, be a temporary thing, but one that I'll be at for. Hold on. But it'll be a base that I'll be looking to stay at for probably the next 20 to 30 levels. So. Righty then. I think I'll just run in. They can't get inside. Okay, so I think this is either Trader Jen or Trader Bob? Trader Jen, okay.
Hi.
Yeah, they haven't fixed the voice for Trader Jen. I guess they just haven't recorded that yet. So Trader Jen has a guy's voice. Big deal, you know. It works. Yay. So I've completed the quest. As you can hear, there's that weird noise. Means that the zombies are beating on the outside fence, but it's indestructible. They can't get in. Let's see what I can sell. I don't usually keep the magazines. I know they could be useful, but I don't find them useful. So I'm just going to sell them because I can get a lot of Duke coins for them. And having the Duke coins for when I really need them, when I need food, yeah, I'll keep them for that. And let's see. Don't really have anything. They don't want your junk, like soil. Yeah, you can get that anywhere. I not want to sell my meat, and I don't think I have anything else I want to sell right now.
Thanks for shopping here. Come again.
So, let's think I'll see what they have for a quest. I've tried the fetch quest, and that's probably the better one, and it's close, so I'm going to take the fetch quest. Clear zombies is probably a little easier as long as there are no ferals, but those are really far away, so no, I think I'll take the fetch quest because that's close by.
I'm in a little predicament. Could you help? It's rare to find honor in these dark times.
Okay, actually I was going to check to see if, the other thing to look for in the trader is to see if they have, this trader, hold on. The Trader Jen tends to carry more resources than other stuff, so I like to see if she has forged iron. And forged iron is probably the one thing I can't make until level 20, and if I pick up, say, a hoe or some other iron tool, you'll need the forged iron to fix it, and you won't be able to make it yourself unless you happen upon a forge in the wild, which sometimes happens, but I haven't found one yet. If I do, I'll mark it on my map. Yeah, that's cool. The anvil that I could buy, which I could make myself once I get to that level. A tool and die set, as far as I know, you can't make that. So, but that's expensive. The tool and die set is for making advanced tools in the forge, which you don't really need, not right now. Let's see, and the stash, well, sometimes there's more advanced stuff there. I want that garden hoe. I don't have enough coins for it, and hopefully
Tomorrow we get new goods daily.
Yeah, okay. So hopefully I'll be able to come back and she'll still have it before her inventory changes. I think they change every 3 days. They haven't changed that. But if I haven't found one myself, sometimes I just find it in loot, then I'll come back and get the hoe, because the hoe I'll need if I want to make a farm, because you can't place crops on just plain old dirt. Makes sense. But I really do kind of wish it was a little easier to plant. Sorry, they're really loud. Okay, so I do miss the days when I could just plant crops anywhere and I wasn't gated by the perk system in planting, but unfortunately that's the way it is. You can't make a hoe until you have a forge at level 20, so you have to find one or buy one, and you also need the perk for that. The perk... Here, let me just kill this deer first, because I want more meat. Don't run. Let me kill you. Haha! Score. Oh, there's another one. Here, let me kill that one too before it runs off. Haha! Meat for days. This is really seriously lucky. Sometimes I can't find them anywhere, and I'm definitely going to take them while I can. Now, I'm going to need to find a place to make a base soon so I can store this meat, because I can't just keep carrying it around with me. And my inventory's full. Also, you can keep the cans for, making purified water for. Sorry, I'm thinking Fallout. Regular water. I don't know what it's called. I don't have any in my inventory right now, but not dirty water. So, bottled water, that's what it is. So, you can make bottled water either from jars that you collect water in or from cans, but I typically just scrap the cans because I usually have so many jars anyway that I don't need both. Ooh, rabbits. Rabbits are a little harder to kill, so they don't provide that much meat, so I usually just leave them alone unless I'm really desperate. The deers are a little easier to kill, and the boars are, as long as you don't have them too close to you, because the boars will attack you if you get too close and you hit them. Okay, so this looks like, no, this is just bird forest. I was hoping there might be water out here. Again, I want to try to find a spot where I can build a base that's both near the trader and water and the town. So I'm just going to have to explore around a little bit and see if I can find a body of water that's close to both. The reason being is that you could find probably a water tower in town, but since they changed the water mechanics, water will deplete, and that water will eventually go away, and that's just bad news. So the bigger bodies of water, you could drain them, but I haven't seen the point where I've drained a body of water like a lake or a pond before the end game where I just get bored and move on to a new character. So water towers, however, I have drained. I don't know if they've fixed it in Alpha 17, but in Alpha 16 they used to have at least one house that had a basement that was flooded with water, and there was so much water in it that was basically an effective pond. So I haven't seen that though. It was one of the larger houses like this one that had a basement like that, and you could usually tell by running around the outside. And if there was a basement, well, I think this is one of the new POIs. Yeah, this is one of the new ones. No? Maybe not. There's a way in. So, the new points of interest in Alpha 17. Here, let me kill this thing first. Yeah. So, the new points of interest, they usually have one way in that's unobstructed, but that is usually the bad way, where you're going to have to go through a maze to get to the cool stuff somewhere, usually in the roof, or yeah, it's usually in the top floor. Oh, no, thank you. Don't want zombie dogs right now. So I saw a zombie dog in there. That is definitely one of the newer, what they call dungeons, which is just a elaborate point of interest with lots of zombies, and, well, in this case, a zombie dog. Oh, thanks. Zombie dogs are like wolves, except they don't have good meat. All the bad things, none of the good things. So, yeah, this is another one. So, yeah, I'm getting distracted. So what I need to do is find a body of water. Nope, that's just a depression. So I can look at my map and see if I've accidentally uncovered a lake or a pond. There's one way over there. That's maybe too far away. Oh, I didn't actually mark the trader. Where was the trader? Shoot. I don't remember. Was that it? Yeah, this is something else I do. Let's see if I can go back and find that trader again. I think that was the trader. Yeah, that's the trader. Okay, so I'm going to mark... I always do this whenever I find the trader. I use this icon, which is the shop front, and I say trader and then whatever the trader's name was. The reason being, not just trader, but the trader's name. because I know that different traders have different stuff. Like Trader Joel has focuses on weapons. I forgot what the other ones do. There's Trader Rect, Trader Bob, Trader Jimmy, Trader Hugh. I don't know if they've changed the names. Since I haven't run into a Trader Hugh or Trader Jimmy since I started the new Alpha 17 games. But they were in Alpha 16. And they all had different inventories. Stuff for sale. So Trader Jen I now know is definitely focused on resources. So that helps. Bye, rabbit. Okay, so let's focus on trying to find a place to start a base. And I'm going to go over here to this body of water and see if there are buildings around, because it's not too far away from the trader. And yeah, that's east. Okay, and blueberries. Don't have any blueberries. Let's make the cotton into fabric. What can I drop? I don't need clay soil right now. And I don't need the wood frames on me. I'll scrap that for now. So I need a free hand to harvest crops, because one change from Alpha 16 to Alpha 17, you can no longer use your interaction key, which is my E key on my keyboard. You have to actually punch them, just like you do grass. So I'm going to pick up all the blueberries I can and turn them into seeds. Hold on. Because I'm going to need a food source. Once I can start farming, I'm going to need a steady food source. And blueberries are okay. They'll become better once I can make that blueberry cake, bread, pie stuff. What is that anyway? I can't remember. But anyway, it's as effective as meat stew as far as replenishing stamina, health, but it's because it's... Hold on. Sorry, this stuff is loud, and I want you to be able to hear me. One thing after another. Okay, 1 second. Okay, stay down. Alright. So, the blueberry pie, bread, cake, whatever it is just as effective as meat stew, and it's, well, it used to be anyways before the last build. The last build, meat stew and blueberry, I'll call it, hold on. The blueberry dessert was as good as the meat stew at around 31 stamina replenishment, or hunger. God, they're just everywhere. Okay. Forget him. These guys provide good XP, but they're tough to kill. Lots of hit points. Yeah, let's do it anyway. Just, again, not as hard as kill as the military guys, but they're tough. And I'm out of stamina. Hold on. I need to eat food soon. Yeah, 1200 XP. So, yeah, good stuff. So I'll just go ahead and get the bird nest stuff. Lots of feathers and fiber from destroying those. Okay, let's get back on track. So I'm heading east towards the water body and see if... Oh, dang it. Seriously, constantly, one thing after another. Yeah, so yeah, also, you know, keep in mind, keep an eye on that, on your weapons and stuff. Make sure that they're repaired when they get low like that, because you don't want to suddenly get into a scrape and have no weapon to hit with. Okay, so that must be where the body of water is. And I do see a cabin over there. There's one over there too. So those might work out. I might make those into... Oh, man. Seriously. Okay, I'm just going to ignore that guy. See how good this water is over here. Don't like being in the burnt forest, but... Okay, so this will work. There's a good, decent body of water. Now let's see what this... that's a fairly simple cabin, and it's close to the water. The other downside to making your base inside... hold on, this guy's loud. Let me kill him. Jesus. There we go. Okay, so I can talk again. Alright, so these guys... Oh my god. Alright, hold on. Let me kill this thing. Did he see me? He's heading this way, but I don't think he saw me. Okay, so these are nice two-story buildings. They'll do. The downside of making your base a point of interest, of course, is that even though you, when you place your land claim block, which is this guy right here, they won't spawn, but they tend to still have lots of spawns around them. So I noticed that it's not as quiet as far as zombies go than you would if you built your camp out in the middle of nowhere. But it takes a lot of resources to build your own base from scratch, and until later levels, I don't bother. I'm gonna wait till I can make make concrete structures because they're more durable. For now, this will do. Okay, and yeah, let's kill the zombies inside. Now, one thing you just don't want to do when you go into a point of interest. Wow, I'm really low on stamina. Okay. God. Come on, stamina. Okay, one thing you don't want to do is go charging into these things. You want to draw them out. I mean, any cautious player would do that anyway, but if you're one of the types that just like to boldly go in and start smacking things, you're going to get killed. So just don't. Go in here and find an enemy. Yeah. There's probably going to be more up top. Usually there's 2 or 3 in here. I don't see just these 2 down here. Okay. So use your bow when you can. And if you can, just run up and smack her in the head. The power attack will do. The power attacks are really good for that. And there's probably going to be one up here. 2. Oh, there's just the one. This is an easy one. The other thing is, unless there's other zombies around, go ahead and stand up and attack them. If you attack from a crouched position, sorry, if you attack from a crouched position, you don't do as much damage. So, but if you're standing up, you're going to attract all the zombies around you while you're attacking. So just make sure there aren't any other ones around to hear you. Ugh, garbage. Okay. So this will do. There's already a second floor here. It's a loft, but it's I can expand out and build out into the rest of the area. You don't want to be here on a blood moon night, so when we get to day 7, we'll be looking for a spot where we can wait out the blood moon night, but this will do for every other night. And it's close enough to the body of water and the trader to work, and also the town. So is going to be wanting to be near a town to go looting for things. With Alpha 17, there's more of those more elaborate houses now, so it's harder to go looting, but Once you get yourself established, it still works, just takes longer. Wow, I am really gonna have to fix this. Oh, I'm overburdened too, that's why. Okay. Let's get the junk, put the meat in there. Paper and other stuff that I don't need. Okay. Okay, so now that we have a place that we're going to call home, and it's early enough in the day, definitely have time enough to beef this place up to stand the night, and much better than the first night. Yeah, there's the other one. There's one over there. And there's one over there. Kill these guys first, and then I'm going to start harvesting wood. Always be wary of your surroundings. Wow, there's more. Okay. The food situation's not bad. Okay. That's one less. As you can see, my maximum stamina is topping out around 46 now. Okay. Which is how much hunger I have. And I haven't drank any water either. So stamina's bad all around because of that. Thankfully, I haven't died or been hit much, so my maximum health is still pretty good. But my stamina is in desperate need. Once you get to a certain point, hold on. This is really bad. Yeah, once your stamina gets low like this, and you're thirsty and hungry, attacking is just going to be much more difficult. It's only attack when you have to. Unfortunately, I'm going to clear out the space around my house. Shh. I'm going to attack. If I'm going to clear out I have to clear out the space around the house before I start building, because otherwise I'm going to attract more zombies. Come on. Yeah, and the other thing too, with all this action going on, hold on. With the building and the clearing of zombies, it's, again, the heat map, the thing that you can't see, it's getting bigger and brighter. And the more you do, the more the chances are that a horde is going to come by, so that's going to happen. So, let's see, we are definitely going to need more wood. Another zombie. I can hear it. Okay. I'm going to have to... Let me put this sleeping bag down. Wish I could still pick up the beds. In an earlier version, you could pick up the beds that you find in the point of interest and use them instead of the bedrolls, but you can't. You can make your own beds later, but this is just an obstacle now. Okay, the other thing is get rid of the junk so you don't step on it and make noise at night. Okay, I think we have a little bit of breathing room. I'm going to figure out... Okay, I'm going to place my first storage box. We're going to have a real container because those other containers are very small. Then I'm going to build a campfire. You don't want to... because of the same reason, because of the heat map, you don't want to build your campfire, you cook all your water and food in near your house, because it's going to draw zombies. So I tend to try to build it farther away, and I'm going to need that cook pot now. There it is. Let's put the glass away in here. paper, dirt, the pine seeds, the bones, the eggs. And since I have meat, I need. I'm gonna take 20 meat with me, and leave the rest there. I only need to just get my hunger up a little bit. And okay, let's make sure I'm not gonna be attacked while I'm doing this. What I want to next take is the Master Chef perk. This will allow you to grill your food and boil food and make better food. And make a campfire. And then head out to find some place, probably near the water. Oh, wow, the water's right there. Great. I didn't notice that. Sorry. I was so busy with the zombies I hadn't actually paid attention to that there was a body of water there. Okay. Alright. This will be a good spot. It's far enough away from the house. It'll draw zombies, but not close enough to the house where they'll be, attacking me at night. So put that in there, and we're going to need to cook food. Oh, yeah. Before you can actually see what you can make, you want to put some fuel on the fire. So I'm going to put some wood. There. That's what I can make. So I can make charred meat and tallow because I have fat, but I don't bother with the tallow because all you can make from that is candles, and the candles, they're not as good as the torches, not in my opinion. Unless they change something, candles attract zombies just as much as torches do, and they don't put as much light out, and you can't interact with them like you can torches. And torches you can pick up and carry around with you, as a light source. So I tend to use torches, so I don't bother with that. So I'm going to make some charred meat, and I can make 4 of those. I'm going to do that. And that's going to use all that fuel. And also I'm going to need water, so I'm going to take these empty jars right down here and right-click and pick up some water. Come back up here. Yes, I know I'm hungry. And let's see, this is going to take... What? Am I on the wrong bottled water? That's bottled water. I can make 4 bottled water. It's going to take 40 seconds. I don't have enough time, so I'm going to just add 1 more. That'll do. Make sure I'm still cooking 4 and cook. And that's added to the queue. So, alright, to shut my stomach up, I'm going to take this charred meat. What I don't know, unfortunately, is if charred meat has the heat map around you wherever you go. It used to, but I don't know if it does since I can't really tell. I guess one way is to walk near a zombie and see if it gets drawn to me. So you see that zombie over there. If it's attracted to me, it'll turn around and come right at me. It doesn't, so I don't think charred meat counts towards your heat map. So I think you're safe to carry that around. It's just the raw meat you don't want to carry around with you, because that's just bad news. And once the hunger icon goes away over there, then I'll eat another one. But at least I'm not starving anymore. Here, I'm going to kill the zombie real quick. Alright, so 1 more. And as you can see, the maximum stamina is going up as I eat, because it is directly related to your hunger. So my hunger is 62%, my maximum stamina is 62, so it's going to keep going up with that. And the water, unfortunately, you can't see how that affects your stealth, but it affects how fast it replenishes. So let's see, are we done with the water yet? Good. Drink some water. Oh yeah. I'm gonna drink 2 of those. So once that's up to 80%, then I'll drink another one. And let's see where we're at with the food. hunger is at 63, so I'm going to eat another charred meat. This only supplies 10 max stamina, so I'm going to eat all the meat. Once I get that Master Chef perk up to level 2, I'll be able to make meat stews and the blueberry whatevers. What is that anyway? I actually call it by name. It's blueberry pie. So blueberry pies are good because they don't need meat to make them. Vegetable stew, you need mushrooms, and mushrooms are kind of hard to find at first until you find them either in loot, or if you find a cave and want to go in there and kill all the zombies to find the mushrooms in the cave. Mushrooms are a good source, but mushrooms also grow very slowly, so I find the blueberry pies are better. Blueberries grow just as fast as corn and just as fast as potatoes, and so you only need to turn corn into cornmeal and need water and blueberries, and you can make blueberry pies, and they're very filling. So I tend to like the blueberry pies. If you can, of course, you want the meat stews because they now, as of this build, supply a little bit more stamina if you eat them. So okay, I was going to make sitting here talking and talking and talking, not thinking about what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm going to need more wood, definitely. So I'm going to go and harvest some more wood real quick. And unless something happens, I am going to pause this video and then come back when I chop this tree down. Yeah, alright, so I am back, and yeah, while I was away, I also decided to check to see how large the files are taking up my hard drive space for this video, and I can say that, yeah, I'm going to have to end this real quick because I am running out of room, and so far I've used 100 gigabytes just for this much time for this episode, and that's for the raw files, of course. Then I'm going to back that up by converting them to an MP4 file, which will probably be something less than 10 gigabytes, but it's still just taking up too much of my hard drive space. Yes, last episode that totaled 111 gigabytes for the 48 minutes that I recorded. And the resulting MP4 was 5.6 gigabytes. So, and of course, the conversion process from to MP4 somehow caused a lot of glitches in the video. If you saw that, you saw the black screens that flashed every once in a while. Those were that was because of that. What was not in the original raw video. So I'm going to try to avoid that this time and give my computer time to convert that. The conversion process took 3 hours to MP4, so I'm going to let that go overnight while I'm sleeping, because I unfortunately don't have another computer I could run that conversion on. But let's see, what was I doing? Okay, yes, I need wood. I don't have enough stone. Let me go get some stone real quick before it gets darker. And now, once I get an iron pickaxe, that'll be great, because I can just mine anywhere for stone, and I'll just have a surplus of it. But for right now, I'm going to be dealing with... Well, at least now I have a base, so I can start just doing these boulders. And you can see on the right-hand side that, yeah, I'm collecting lots of stuff. The coal, the lead, the iron ore, and that is already encumbering me. So, I'm already encumbered. And the zombie sees me, of course. Or maybe not. What a dumb zombie. Okay. Punch that boulder. Okay, so I'm going to continue this and cut because I don't want to run out of hard drive space doing boring stuff like this. Oh, never mind. How much do I have? This shouldn't take very much longer. Okay, so I don't want to have you miss anything of great detail, like being attacked by a zombie while I'm trying to discreetly destroy a boulder. smacking on boulders is so discreet. Okay. Shouldn't be too much longer here anyway. So what I'm going to do is, after I finish this, I'm going to take my resources back to the house, and then I'll probably have to call it a day for this video because I don't have enough space on my hard drive for any more video. What I'm going to do in the next video is expand this out. Just basically fill this whole top space in with a second story, and kill the loft. I don't need the loft, or maybe I might need to leave an opening in the center so I can look down. But let me think about that. Now, probably at best not to, because then I can have that entire space up there zombie-free, enclosed and used for whatever, and also because I'm concerned about temperature. So yeah, so I'm going to call it a day here. We'll see you in episode 3.